Hello and welcome back to Living Not Existing. As always, I'm Josh, and well, on today's episode, what's going to be going on is it's actually a thing I saw through Becky's Allotment, which is another YouTube channel which I watch. I'll actually put a link to the description down below as well, and because it's brilliant, all the stuff that she does on there, does Becky. It's awesome, love watching. And but yeah, so this video I saw about a week ago now. It's the Unusual Seed Challenge, or rather the hashtag Unusual Seed Challenge. And basically what it is she was planting some unusual seeds, as it says in the name. So I thought I'd give it a go, basically, and accept the challenge, because I've got a few unusual seeds kicking about, and I want to get them planted, and I might as well make it a challenge. So let's go for it, eh? So I suppose I might as well show you the seeds I've got and just get straight into it, really, because I'm already sat in here and set up in the greenhouse, and it's another lovely day. And well, unfortunately my door's not attached at the moment to the greenhouse, so I have got a nice breeze coming in, so it's not deadly hot in here, but it's just takes the nip off, really. It's lovely in here. But yeah, anyway, so the stuff I've actually got to plant I've actually collected over the past year or so, and then also just got some new things as well. So basically what I want to do is, I think I said a couple of episodes ago, on the allotment episodes, I said about I was going to be doing something unusual planned in the future and everything, and which, if any of you remember from the past, probably about a year ago now, thinking about it, I actually got this, the Funky Veg kit, and so I got that thing, and it's got some rather interesting seeds in it. If you have a little look on the side there, we've got some purple carrots, some yellow courgettes, some striped tomatoes, red Brussels sprouts, and multicoloured Swiss chard. Now, some of these aren't exactly maybe right to plant now, but we're at the end of March, so it'll be alright, I think. And I'll take them home anyway, so it's not a case of it'll be too cold. And I just thought I'd try it out, because I've already got a few things that I'm going to be planting on the allotment, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do for space? Like, even though it's a big allotment, I'm thinking there's a lot of things I'm thinking of planting here, or have planted, and so on and so forth, and planning to grow and everything that I want. So I'm trying to think, have I got enough space? So just going to have a go at growing a few of these, and if they work well this year, there might be seeds left over. I don't know, I haven't opened the packets yet, and if there's seeds left over, I'll grow more. But if not, hey ho, no biggie. But I thought I'd give it a go anyway. And yeah, so that's the first thing, which is Funky Veg kit. So that's one set that I'm going to be planting today. The next bit I'm going to be planting, I'll show you the box that has the image on, is another kit, a Grow It bonsai trees. Now, I do like my bonsai trees, and if anyone remembers before, what I did is I started off some Jerusalem pines, and that was actually the 13th of January last year, and I remember that because it's on the little tag in my plant thing. And unfortunately, the ones that I hadn't potted on, that were just left in the seed tray in here in the greenhouse, died, obviously. So they're all dead, unfortunately. However, the couple of plants I do have at home are something. I don't know if they're living, if they're dead, or what. I don't know. I can't fully tell. They don't seem to be fully dead, but they kind of look it. But it's also still, they're not like, when I cleared out in here and I touched the other ones, all the needles fell off, whereas these ones, if I touch them at home, the needles don't fall off. So that makes me think they're alive still, but they're just kind of like dormant or something. I don't know. But in fact, I'll quickly put a picture of them up now. Yeah, so that's what they look like, basically. And so if anyone knows whether they're alive or dead, I know they look dead, but like I say, I'm not sure. Leave a little comment down in the comments and let me know what you think, whether I just get rid of them, accept defeat, or whether I just keep giving them a bit of water and hope they pull back somehow. But yeah, so drop a comment and let us know about that if you can do, please. But yeah, anyway, so I've got these bonsai seeds, and I believe, yeah, it actually says on the pack 4 packets of mixed bonsai seeds. So I don't quite get what that means, because bonsai, for anyone who doesn't know, is a word term for Japanese art with trees, like miniaturizing it, basically. I can't remember the full definition, but that's roughly what it is. It's not actually a plant type. You can actually bonsai anything, and well, pretty much anything, as long as you can sort of grow it like a tree type sort of thing, keep chopping it down and stuff like that. But yeah, there's loads of different things into bonsaiing. If anyone's interested, hit a comment again, and I'll do some talking about bonsaiing, or the little bit of knowledge that I do have anyway. But yeah, so anyway, so I thought I'd set off some of these to start growing as well, and try doing that. Now I have tried before, hence this other box here, which is just the box that, if it'll come apart, these come in. Yeah, so I have tried before, and what I recall in the past is you get those little funny pot things inside of here, and basically it says to plant them in that, or you put them in a plastic bag and you put them in the fridge for a month or something like that, I can't remember exactly now, and then they're meant to germinate from there. But basically nothing ever happened with mine, because you meant to refrigerate it and then get it out, warm it back up and so on, things like that, and it didn't work. And I just thought, what I'm going to do is, with the few seeds, rather than opening this one, I mean I might open this one for some fresh seeds, but I'll just use a bit of both, maybe, try that. But I just thought I'm going to try them straight into some normal soil and see what happens, because it didn't work in the past when I tried to do some of these a couple of years back. So I thought, try it different, try it the normal way, just put it straight in the soil and see if it grows. So I'm going to try that with these as well, with the bonsais. Next, I have got a few different types of unusual seeds here. This one I actually got for Christmas this year, a little kit thing. And money does grow on trees. So this is seeds for a money tree. And then obviously money doesn't actually grow on trees. I mean, it's all plastic now, it's not even made out of paper, is it, or whatever the joke was. But yeah, and so basically going to try growing these from seed. Now I do actually already have money trees, or what other people might know them as is jade plants, is what they're also called, or at least the type that I know of anyway. And well, I can actually show you what some look like, because if anyone actually just saw recently on Facebook and Instagram, links down below, basically I had a bit of a mishap, and at home I managed to kick my chest of drawers over, which early in the morning was horrible, woke myself up, and that was it. I was awake for the day then. But one of the bad things in the process is I smashed this really lovely plant pot, and what this plant pot had in it was a couple of little clippings off of my main jade plant, some little ones that are just growing, and as you can sort of see, are starting to root. So I need to get these replanted into here. And basically I thought I'd do with my idea of this is, if you've seen those sort of like funky sort of broken pot looking planter things, I thought I'd try me look at making one of them. So that's another little project I'm going to get on with, but a bit later on today probably, but not for now. But basically that, but on a bigger scale, is roughly what they will look like once they've grown. And I'll even put a little picture to show you what my big version of this, what these came off, looks like. So I'll quickly show you that now. Yeah, so basically that's what a bigger version of a money tree, or a jade plant, whatever you want to call it, looks like. But it'd be rather interesting to see what they're like from seed, because I've only ever done it from clippings of jade plants. So my big one that I just showed, that was off a clipping of my mum's that she had. Well, it died a few years ago, but mine's managed to live on, luckily. Next of what I've got is, I think my parents got me when they were on holiday last year, some cactus seeds from the Canaries. So they should be interesting, and it basically just says on the back, sow anytime into a seed bed. So I'm just going to sow them and see what happens, basically. And that's that. I've not actually opened this yet to see what's inside of it, so going to be a bit of an unboxing on this as well. But yeah, so that's the next thing that I'm going to be planting. And then, last but not least, something that probably won't work, to be honest, but rather than just throwing them in the bin, I'm going to give it a go. And this is another thing that my parents got me when they went away on holiday, and I can't even remember where it was I went now. I think it was Crete or something. And this is going to look a little bit minging, because they've just been sat in this tissue and sat in that plastic bag for basically a year now. Is these. Obviously there's lots of mould there, which isn't good. But but what they are is there's some sort of seed thing out of like a plum sort of thing. I don't know. They went on some Jeep safari, and the safari person was picking things off of trees and going, "Here, eat this," and then they thought they'd just keep the seeds, the pips out the middle of them, seeds out the middle, and give them to me to try and plant. And unfortunately, I never got them planted last year. They've gone mouldy, so they may not actually grow, or they may grow. I don't know. But I'm going to try putting them in some soil and see if they grow. And what I'm going to do, because of the time of year at the moment with all of these, is once I've got them all planted, I'll be taking them home. So yeah, basically, that's all my seeds that I've got. So I'm going to get planting, basically. So, bit of Blue Peter magic, some seed tray I prepared earlier. So, as first, I'm going to have a look in this. Oh, we're in German there. I think it's German anyway. But, going to get the funky veg kit on the go. So we'll have a look and see what's in here. Now I will be honest, I have had a little sneaky preview because there was an instruction book and I wanted to see when to plant them. And basically the stuff that I can technically plant now, if I can find the English part of the manual. It's mad having manuals for seeds. But yeah, basically the stuff I can plant now is the striped tomatoes and the red Brussels sprouts. The other stuff, ideally I need to wait until a little bit later in April. Well, when we get into April and then a bit later. So I'll be doing a hashtag unusualseedchallenge too when I show them. But for now, I'm just going to start off the pair of them. And but I'm going to leave space in my tray for the rest of the things, so I can then have all the unusual seeds in one tray. So, bit of space wasted at the moment really, but it'll be fine. And but yeah, so I'm going to get doing that. So, oh, why am I putting that back in there? So, what else have we got in here? We've also got some cardboard pot things. Now, I don't know if anyone has ever had any experience with these, but my experience with these things, with these kits that you get, is the pants, basically. They're rubbish. All that happens with these is you water your plants and they just dry out instantaneously, in my experience. They just don't, the plastic seems to make the soil hold water better, whereas this just seems to evaporate off instantaneously, I've found, and kills off your plants. So there's that. And then also, sometimes if you water them a bit too much, they just sort of turn to mush. So they're going the distance because they're no use to me. We've also got those soil disc things that you get that you just sort of hydrate up, and a few little tags. So I'm not actually going to use the soil discs, but I will save them because they might be a use somewhere down the line. But the tags will get used, so that's a good little thing in the kit. What else have we got? Seeds, of course, the important bit. So dig all of these out and find the ones that I'm going to get planted now. So, hey, that was lucky. There's the tomatoes. So I've got my tomato seeds. That's the carrots. Sprouts. There we go. Sprouts. So that's all we're going to need for now. The rest of this stuff, as I say, I'll get planted next month. So I'm just going to tuck that away for now. Yeah, so that's that. So I suppose we might as well have a look at these seeds and see if they look interesting as well. So I'll open these sprouts ones first and see how many we've got of these and what the score is with them. Don't look anything fancy, they just look like normal sprouts. Well, sprout seeds. So yeah, so what I'll do with these is I'll put a couple in each one of these tray bits. So all I'm doing is basically sort of roughly near the middle, a little bit out over, so they're not exactly in the same place. I'm just putting 2 in each one so that I get a pretty good chance of getting some plants, because I don't have a clue what these germination rates are like. It doesn't actually say when to actually plant these seeds by on the box or anything, or in that instruction thing, or at least not where I've read anyway. It might be in German maybe, because half the packet's in German. So it could be that, or as I say, I think it's German. It looks like German to me, but Can't speak any of the languages, unfortunately. I'd love to, but I can't. Get away with a bit of Spanish and that's about it. But yeah, so that's that. So I've just done a little line of them, just to do a few, see how they work. And then, I mean, if they all germinate, what's that, 2, 4, 6, 8? So I'm getting 10 plants anyway if they do all germinate. So just got one line of them, so that's that. So I've just folded that packet back up and I put that away safe with the rest of them for now. Now, next one is these Tigrella tomatoes, these striped tomatoes. I've just thought, I think I have some of these seeds already, actually, thinking about it. Can't be. Maybe I've already done some unusual seeds. Who knows? But anyway, let's use the Funky Veg kit. Get into this packet and see if there's anything unusual looking about these seeds as well. Nah. They just look like tomato seeds to me. A little bit white and fluffy sort of thing. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to want even less plants of these, so I'm only actually going to put one seed in each one of these tray things. So I'm just going to actually plant 5 of these tomatoes for now, and I think that's half a seed, so I'm not going to plant that one just for a chance of a better germination rate, because I'm not sure if it was a full seed or not. I'll try it on a larger scale at a later date with that one. But just getting the big, good, strong seeds, putting them in just dead centre in that tray, and then that's that. Same again, wrapping the packet up and putting it away for later, because there's quite a few more seeds in there, so these could last and go on forever. But yeah, so that's that, and then get a bit of my compost and just cover them over the top, and just give them a light little patting down. Now what I'll be doing is, obviously they need watering now, but I'm not going to be watering them this instant, as I'm going to get them home first, because I don't want to end up getting everything all wet or walking home, because I'm actually not in the car today, actually thinking about it, but walking home and then ended up dripping water all down my legs as I'm trying to carry some seed trays, which doesn't sound rather interesting, or rather fun should I say. It does sound interesting because I would look like I'd wet myself on the walk home, but yeah, which wouldn't be very nice. But I suppose at least at this point in time there's not really anyone about on the streets, because obviously we're on lockdown. Yeah, so that's that lot planted, and that's that first lot. Now I've just done in my head what my old art teacher used to talk about, which is a EBI, or even better if. And thinking about walking home, I don't want to carry multiple trays, it's going to be really awkward that, so I'm going to put all the things I'm planting now just in this one tray, and the other things I'm going another one later date. It's not going to be an issue, is it? I've got loads of trays behind me and under here and everywhere. So yeah, so basically that's that lot done. Now one thing I do need to do that I almost forgot then, which would not be good, is I forgot to label. Something you must never do is forget to label, because believe me, it's very easy to forget what you've planted, and then you're just there looking and going, what's that look like then? What's that look like then? And then if you're daft like me, like I've been in the past, I've been there staring at this plant, sure it's something I've planted coming up, and then it turns out to just be like a dandelion or something like that, and you're like, oh, that was no use, I've been watering that for ages, I didn't want that. But yeah, so what have I planted? Toms and the sprouts. So put them in there. So that's that lot. So the next lot, I suppose might as well try these bonsais. So let's have a look in here. This is just the old box. How's it open? I don't want it to go everywhere. There we go. Yeah. So basically this box has got the same in as this one, but I just haven't opened that one because I've still got all this. In fact, even here's the open packet from last time actually. But what I'll do for a better chance, because there's so many different packets, I'll open a fresh one because there's still another packet in there that is yet to be opened. And of course, there's these. I think it's coconut husk. This actually, but these pops things, which yet again are the same as the other. As I said, no good to me. But yeah, so that's that. Oh, and then you do get some little lolly sticks to use as your little signs. So, as far as mixed bonsai seeds go, let's have a look. See what they look like. Be interesting this as well, because it'd be quite funny, wouldn't it, if different types of tree grow. Like, obviously it says mixed, so you would presume so, but if I actually managed to plant different ones. Let's have a look what they look like. Oh yeah, well, they are fairly mixed. Forgot what they were all like, but yeah, you can sort of see there, I think, a bit. There's a few different types of things there, so I think what I'll do here is I shall do a couple of rows, I think, just basically sprinkle them and see what comes through, because these are a bit hard to try and individually select what's. Oh, hang on, I'm getting it. I actually have some nails a little bit. I've managed to get two of the same. Oh no, this is no, these are all far too papery. Oh, three of the same in one of them. One of a different kind in another. These are going to be really sporadically, just randomly placed. Two of one type, one of another type. Yeah, similar sort of situation again. So some of them are going to be like tiny forests, and some of them aren't, basically. But yeah, so now I'll just show you what I'm on about, if you can sort of see. Yeah, so I've just planted that lot in there, like that. Ooh, nearly just dropped the rest of the seeds all over then. That would have been a bit of a whoopsie. I've had random trees growing in my greenhouse later in the year. Yeah, so that's that. And then, yeah, don't need anything else out of there. Oh, do you know what? Because they provided them, I'll use the special lolly stick instead of one of my plastic ones. So, oh, I need soil first though. I'm losing my train here. It's left the station. Yeah, so stick my soil on the top. Tell you what, I do like this Verve compost from B&Q, but you don't have to get some good lumps of things in it. And honestly, with compost, to anyone who doesn't know compost, all sorts of stuff gets hid in it, including poo of different animals, which obviously is good for compost and good for your plants. Like, there you go, you get a full-on tree. But yeah, so obviously all that, the tree stuff's the carbon in the compost, and then the animal waste, nutrients and stuff like that is all in it all, which is brilliant for the compost. But if the stuff's not properly composted, or as in like it's all decomposed, then you end up with lumps of tree. And occasionally, I have found in the past, pieces of poo, which is rather pleasant when you're suddenly squishing compost and trying to, like, you know, thing it out a bit, sprinkle it out, that's the word, sprinkle it out, because yeah, obviously you're handling poo, which isn't pleasant, but it's alright, because, you know, we're allotmenters, we get our hands mucky, but remember to wash them, especially at the moment. So yeah, there we go. And now I'm going to write my little label, just say bonsai, because I don't actually know. Help if I could actually spell. That'll do. I can read what it says anyway, put it like that. I've spelt it wrong and it's written right in front of me. It's my sort of logic on spelling. But yeah, so there we go. So we've now got the bonsais planted. So that's the next 2 rows there that I've done of them. Next, what did I say next? Money tree. I think we'll plant some money trees. So, what have we got in here? We've got a packet of seeds. They sound quite large actually. So that'll be interesting to see. Then, oh, typical in a grow your own kit. Who would have guessed it? Some, oh, I'll keep that bit though, because that's some of that soily stuff, so I'll put that with the other. Put another one of them. We don't need that. Oh, and we get a nice lolly stick as well. So, I'll keep the lolly stick because we'll use the lolly stick as the sign again. So, seeds. See, I don't even bother with those disc things because if I've got proper compost in my head, that works better. Don't know if any of you believe so. I mean, those discs might have special seed germinating properties for all I know. If you know and you want to let me know, drop it in the comments and just let me know. So, wow. Now, these are interesting looking things. They don't even particularly really look like seeds, these. Now this is interesting because, as I say, I've had jade plants around for a while, so I've grown a few of them from the branches and stuff like that, and I've even actually just broken a leaf off. Stuck that in fact, actually, yeah, I've just broken a couple of leaves off and grown them, and then, well, you can see that thing's kind of dead at the bottom, but it is living, and that was just from a couple of a couple of leaves, and that seemed to have stayed alive like that. And that is the beauty about jade plants or money trees. They're a succulent type plant and they just stay alive. Like, honestly, you can literally not water them for like a month and it would live. I can guarantee you, I would place money on that it would live if you didn't water it for a month. And that sounds daft, but it's true. And then it would just come back, you start watering it again, and poof, it sucks everything up and it's mint again. But yeah, as far as the seeds go for them though, they look like that. Now, don't know about you when I've just shown you leaf, but I think they look like tiny little dried leaves. I mean, if I break, I've actually got a tiny little dried leaf on here. So there you go. There's not actually much difference, so who knows, maybe that's what they are, or maybe they're going to flower and I've just never ever seen it. But yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll do a row of these and see what will happen. So I'm just going to put one in the centre of each of these things. As I say, most of these things, if they grow, they grow. If they don't, they don't. It's just the case. I can always replant because I've got loads of seeds. I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to get freshly started jade plants for Christmas this year. Well, that's a long way away. But yeah, so that's that. So I'll put that back in the box so I know what it is. I'll get some compost. If the train's arrived at the next station, and I've remembered this time. And get all of that on there, like so. Give it a little pat down, get it all into place. Get rid of the tree branches. Try and make it look presentable and tidy. It's always nice when things are presentable and tidy. Right. There. Now, where's my pencil? There it is. So, money, that's a Y. Money tree. So, put that in the next row. So that's the next thing. What do we got next? Cacti. So, what have we actually got in this pot? How do I actually get into this box? God, this is like my nana's Christmas wrapping. It's crazy. Tape everywhere. Got it. Luckily, I've got sharp nails. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. The seeds are straight into that packet. That's all they are. That's all it is. It's quite interesting, considering it's like, you know, coming on a plane and stuff like that. Oh wow. Okay. So that is rather interesting. I'm not actually sure if they're different types of seeds or if there's like seed pods they were in and the seeds are broken out, because there's definitely little things that are seeds, but I'm not sure what the big things are. They might actually be the flowers. I shall show you. Don't want them to fall off my hand. Yeah, you can sort of see there that there's some little seedy things in the centre of my hand, and then these larger things which I'm not sure. I'll try and have a look and see if one breaks open or something and shows me, because I can't tell what that is. If it is a seed pod, I'm quite curious as to this, because this is a flowering cactus, so maybe it is the part of the flower. But it does say on the back of the packet of these that it won't flower for three years after planting, until 3 years after planting. It might be a seed pod. I'm going to try. That one's no good now, obviously. I'm going to try planting them in as well. Might as well. See if it actually is something. I can't actually tell. I don't know. And I'm not knowledgeable enough to know that sort of thing. So, anyway, what I'm going to do is... In fact, no. I'm going to do these cacti different. Another Blue Peter moment. Got a big thing here, because these, it does actually say on the packet, you do get a little bit of instruction. And it says how to sow during all the year in seedbed, should be grown in a temperate place with moisture and a little light. Transplanting to post should take place when the seedlings begin to lack living space. So I don't want to disturb them too much in there, because I have no idea the speed they're going to grow. So I thought I'll put these into a different pot, because more than likely it'll just grow all different cacti or something, or even the same type, I don't know, in there, and it'll just be a nice little sort of thing. But we'll see how it goes anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... In fact, you know what? I'm going to arrange it nicely. How about that? I'll make it all pretty. And I'll put these big things, whatever they are, whether they're seeds, whether the pods the seeds came in, I don't know. If they're no good, they'll decompose in the soil. I'm going to place them in a nice little circle of the outside edge. Like so. Don't know if you can actually see this, but I will show you in a minute. There we go, that'll do. And then the rest of them, I'm just going to pick them up and give them a bit of a sprinkle over the top, because they're really, really tiny. I mean, I showed them, but in case you couldn't fully see, imagine going and taking all the seeds off the outside of a strawberry and then putting them in your hand. Kind of a bit like that, really. They're minuscule. I mean, you'd probably mistake them for a grain of sand, to be honest. But yeah, so there we go. So if you can actually see in there, there you go. You might be able to see the little seeds, or you might not. I mean, I can barely see them with my own eye, let alone through a camera. So yeah. But yeah, so that's that. So same again with that. Get some compost. And then just put that nicely there, little firm. There we go, and then I'll give that a water later. Now, I know for a fact that that's the cacti, so I'm not going to bother putting a label in. But yeah, so that's them planted. Now, last but not least, and I'll put these in here with all of these, is these mouldy seeds of whatever they are. So basically I'm just going to plant them. I mean, they're massive, these as well. They are really big seeds. So it'd be rather interesting to see if something does grow out of them. I hope there is. Oh, now there's different looking ones. I'm actually going to put the different looking ones in different rows, because I've got spare rows now, and it's not like I'm going to use them up. So the different looking types I'm going to put in different places. I think there's only going to be 2 rows because there seems to be 2 different types. Be interesting to know if there is. Let's dig that one down a little bit, I think, and that one. In fact, I'll just quickly show you because there's 2 different types here. Hang on. Fell through my bench, that. So, the 2 different types, just for those that want to see, is that. So there's one type like that, and there's one type like that. So, common sense says they're different plants. And typically, oh no, oh, that worked out perfect. There was 5 of one type and 3 of another. So I didn't actually have to break my little pattern. Yeah, so there's that. So if these work, it's a win. If they don't work, they were going in the bin anyway because they were mouldy and they probably weren't going to work. So I don't mind, for the sake of putting them in the soil when it's not actually going to infect anything, shall we say, as well, that like they don't, I don't know, if they don't germinate, they don't germinate. I'm not too fussed at all, really. It's just a thing, isn't it? It's just an attempt of growing things, which is the beauty of doing a bit of allotmenting and gardening and all that sort of stuff. When you're planting things, I always love it, mate. It's always exciting to see what comes up, as well, you never know what's going to germinate. One year some things might germinate and some things might not germinate. I've had that before in the past, when one year you've had plants grow brilliantly, so you've tried them again the following year and then they've just not even germinated. It's just no consistency sometimes between certain plants. But yeah, and these might even need to be really hot, but these are going home anyway, so I'll be able to judge it as time goes on. And as I start to see the seedlings, there is an app you can get, and I can't remember what the app is now, what it's called, otherwise I'd let you know. But yeah, no, I can't remember what it is. If I remember before this video goes up, I'll stick it in the description below, a link to it or something. But basically the idea behind it is that you take a picture of a plant, and then this app does some clever brain thing and somehow tells you what the plant is. It just cross-references it with pictures from all over the place and then tells you what it is. So yeah, which is rather interesting, I think. But yeah, so next one, need a tag for these, and I'm just going to put what should I put? I don't know, random peach things. That'll do, because I don't actually know what these plants are, other than they're a type of fruit that's kind of like a peachy, plummy thing. But yeah, so that's that. So I've now got all of these lovely planted, as well as, see, cacti there. But yeah, so that's it for the unusual seeds, really. I'm going to give these a water once I get them home and get them set on the windowsill. So yeah, so thank you all very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell button. I mean, I'll even make it easier for you, and you can go right up there, and there's the subscribe button. And I'm going to cover these over now, but next video will be down there if there's next video out, if not, video before. But yeah, so that's down there now as well. But yeah, because I've finally figured out how to do that, it's quite cool. But yeah, so anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I'm Josh, been Living Not Existing. Goodbye.